course, all the radio heroes of yesterday didn't ride horses. Captain Midnight, Tailspin Tommy, and Hop Harrigan flew planes. Don Winslow of the United States Navy was a seafaring man. Tarzan swung through the rainforests of Africa on hanging vines. Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon were early astronauts. And little Orphan Annie and her dog Sandy sometimes got a ride in one of Daddy Warbucks' limousines to the tune of this theme music. And let's not forget the theme of Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy from good old Hudson High. Organ music became a very strong part of daytime radio and was used to help along the imagination, especially in the mornings and afternoons of the daily soap operas. The soap operas filled a psychological need. They showed that problems were an everyday part of life and that they could be overcome, proving that life could be beautiful. Typical of the format was this introduction to
the real-life drama of Helen Trent, who, when life mocks her, breaks her hopes, dashes her against the rocks of despair, fights back bravely to prove what so many women long to prove in their own lives, that romance can begin at 35.
During the daytime, the soap operas reigned supreme. But after dark, miscreants, gangsters, hoodlums, and perverters of justice roamed our airways. And gee willikers, golly, thank heavens that all of America was protected each evening by an army of super sleuths. There was the Thin Man and the Fat Man, Martin Kane, and Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons, Casey, crime photographer, Mr. Moto, and Charlie Chan. Nick Carter, the master detective, Blackstone, the magic detective, and of course, Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of human rights. Probably the most memorable theme of the crime fighters belonged to the Green Hornet. Yes, those were the good old days of radio. The days that Stoopnagle and Bud, Allen's Alley, Jack Benny and Baby Snooks, Major Bowes, the Great Gildersleeve and Mr. Peavy.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Fibber McGee and Molly, Duffy's Tavern, and who will ever forget Lum and Abner?
I doggies love you are the most.
They were the wonderful days, and radio was the free in-home entertainment of the nation. So if you were ever asked, what did people do before television? Perhaps you can use this record to tell a little about the good old days of radio. And to close, here are two voices that played a very prominent part of the good old days of radio.
Evil lurks in the hearts of men. The shadow knows.
Me and my little shadow, as we go strolling down the avenue.
We hope that you enjoyed the pleasant nostalgia of the good old days of radio. Now, to help you enjoy the many advantages of your new Montgomery Ward Employee Benefit Program, let's listen to the answers to some frequently asked questions about these new benefits.
I have 5 years of continuous service, and I'm now carrying $16,000 worth of life insurance. I want to keep the same amount under the new plan. How much will it cost me?
Less than half as much as you were paying. Under the new plan, the first half, or in your case, $8,000 of life coverage, is free. The second half will cost you 40 cents per $1,000 of coverage, or $3.20 per month. This gives you the same $16,000 of life coverage at less than half of what it cost you under the old plan. However, and this is very important, if you should decide to reject that second $8,000 of life coverage, you may not change your mind and take it again at a later date. This is a one-time only offer.
Is it true that maternity benefits are increased under the new program?
Yes, that's correct. Under the improved health care plan, payments for total maternity expenses are increased from $225 up to a maximum of $350. That amounts to an increase of more than 50%. This new benefit level applies to all births occurring on or after January 1st, 1972.
I've been with the company for 5 continuous years. I know I get free health care coverage. But how about my wife and kids under the new program?
Your eligible dependents are covered automatically if you had dependent coverage previously. Your cost for their coverage is 69 cents a week, or $1.50 each pay period if you're paid semi-monthly.
I understand that the lifetime maximum under the new health care plan is going up considerably.
Yes, it is. It will be a $50,000 lifetime maximum for eligible employees and each of their insured dependents. That's double what it was under the old plan. This new benefit is effective January 1st, 1972.
How much of all Class A expenses will the new plan pay?
80% of all Class A covered expenses. And the deductible does not apply to these expenses.
Could you give me an idea of what some Class B medical expenses are and what kind of coverage I have?
Sure. Many Class B medical expenses are those that occur outside of a hospital. For instance, local ambulance service, private duty nurse care at your home, surgery performed by a doctor in his office, prescribed drugs or medications, rental of a hospital bed. These are all examples of some Class B medical expenses. As an insured employee or dependent, the plan pays 80% of covered Class B expenses once the deductible has been satisfied.
Do we get more disability benefits under the new program?
You sure do. In nearly every case for new claims occurring on or after January 1 of 1972, your disability benefits for non-work-connected illness and accidents are increased significantly. The improvements are based upon your years of service with the company. For example, eligible employees with 10 or more years of service receive 75% of their weekly pay, or a benefit with no maximum dollar limitation. New York and California employees will be paid benefits based upon the provisions of their state's particular disability plans.
I'm a member of the retirement plan. I understand the program is non-contributory beginning in 1972.
Yes, it is. For all members with 15 or more years of service as of January 1st, 1972, the plan will be free and still have the same benefits as before. Beginning on January 1st, 1972 and afterward, members must join as soon as they are eligible and contribute for the total length of time that they are eligible to do so in order to have a free plan when they reach their 15th service anniversary. There is even another new benefit. Members with 30 or more years of service who retire at age 65 will be guaranteed a minimum monthly benefit of $100 if they had contributed to the plan as long as they were eligible to do so. This benefit is effective for retirements on and after January 1st, 1972.
How can we learn more about what we're entitled to under the new benefits program?
This is Fred Beach again. I'd like to answer that. Be sure to get your copy of the special benefits extra that was distributed in your store recently. Complete explanations are available in your regular benefit booklets. And if you have further questions, simply ask your manager or personnel manager. For 1972, you have the greatest employee benefit program in the history of Montgomery Ward. It's certainly a great way to begin our second 100 years in business. You owe it to yourself to learn all you can about the benefits you're entitled to. We hope you enjoyed the good old days of radio. Thanks for listening.